Well, I don't know why that is still going. Listen. Oh, you want to know why? Because I have it going in the background over here on this monitor because for some reason, StreamYard is having me comment under Mr. C. It's not changing. So I had it pulled up over here so I could comment appropriately. And then I just, decided to play my show double. I don't know. Rough start to the stream this morning, but welcome to Mrs. Sunday's. See, there you go. Maybe I should just stop. Mrs. Sassy's Sunday stream. This is episode number 7. And I hope you all are doing well. It's hot here in Arizona. I'm already sweating, but I have my new cup here from my mother-in-law that says "Stay Sassy." And if you guys noticed, I do have a name change happening, and it's we're just waiting for everything to update. We made kind of a temporary change to see if the name was available like a week ago. And then we made another I don't know. We were all over the place on YouTube, and they only allow you to change it every 3 times in 90 days, and you have to wait 12 days or something ridiculous. So I think within the next week, you'll see YouTube update to my official name, which is Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch. Mr. Cannoli Sasquatch felt like it would be good for me to kind of go out on my own name-wise as well, but still kind of stay under the brand. And everybody seems to call me Mrs. Sassy anyway, so we're just going to go with that and then keep Sasquatch so I can still kind of fall under the umbrella of the Cannoli Sasquatch Productions umbrella. So that's where we're at. I've changed it on Twitter already to Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch, if you didn't already notice. But that's where we're at. I just wanted to thank everybody who has helped my channel grow over the last 8 weeks. I launched this channel Memorial Day weekend, so end of May. And I am up over 350 subs, and my Barbie review is ridiculous in numbers. I'm like at 8,500 views. I'm so grateful for the growth of the channel. It's been fun growing my own channel after helping Cannoli with his. So I'm super, super grateful for everybody who has subscribed to my channel, who's watched my review, and who is kind of stuck with me. This is the 7th episode of this Sunday stream. And I'm just trying. I'm trying here, kids. So I missed last Sunday because I unfortunately had no air conditioning. So Cannoli and I had to pack up and get the heck out of here. And we stayed with my in-laws for a while until we got our air conditioning fixed. And living in Arizona with no air conditioning is extremely unrealistic, especially when you have a teenager and a dog. It's just, so we went and camped out with them for about 4 days, and it was fun. It was kind of like a little mini vacation. But I'm glad to be back. I have a lot of garbage to talk about, especially pertaining to Barbie. We're still kind of on that Barbie train right now, just because it won't die. It just will not die. So we'll start by saying hello to the chat. Nadia was already in here earlier. She is a big supporter. So thank you so much, Nadia. I appreciate it. See, here's what I'm talking about. I commented back under StreamYard and it showed up as Cannoli. So it looks like he's saying, "Hey girl," to Nadia, which is kind of weird, but she was really kind and just said, "Hey, Mr. C." Thank you for stopping by. You are a channel regular and I appreciate you very much. And Jacob, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. I appreciate you. Joker, somebody passed me a beer. Absolutely. I was going to start drinking a little bit, but I figured, nah. Yeah, see, this is Mrs. Sassy, but it's been showing up under Mr. C. I don't know what's going on, but there is my spice girlfriend. So spice it up, Joker. Spice it up. And yes, I have to keep fighting the patriarchy because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. No, it was working now because I was commenting off of the YouTube channel itself versus StreamYard. So I have it over here, but I'll just comment, like this. So, hi, love. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you very much. Let's see. There was more. Yeah, listen, I was on neurotic time. I appreciate the compliment, but I told you I was having testicle difficulties. So I apologize. I apologize. Hello, Dempsey. How are you? How are you? How are you? R2. Sassy is your ex. Yes, Sassy is my ex now. Oh, well, thank you very much, love. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying. It's not easy. This is not easy at all. The Barbie movie taught me that patriarchy is cool and women are to be ignored. Then if that's what you got from it, then congratulations. I listen, at least you got something from it. I feel like Love It should have a show called Love It or Leave It. Oh my God, I love that show, Love It or List It, on the HGTV. Canoli and I got into watching that a lot one time. We just would like binge watch it. And then it got to the point where it's the same thing over and over and over again. It gets boring like anything else. But let's see. Just because a movie is successful doesn't mean it isn't a shit movie. Example, Last Jedi. An unsuccessful movie can tell a great story. Example, Shawshank Redemption. Oh my God. So Shawshank is one of Canoli's absolute favorite movies. And I appreciate the movie too. I think it's a great movie. And it shows male friendship. It's just like RRR. Like, just have a good friggin' movie about the camaraderie between even just one gender. Why couldn't the Barbie movie just be about a bunch of chicks that are Barbies dressing up in different clothes and having fashion shows and doing all this stuff? If the movie was made for my generation, a woman of a certain age who played with Barbies, much like my daughter too, she's 15 years old. And every time we went to the store and there was a toy aisle or my in-laws would take her out, she definitely always bought a Barbie, and they were affordable. You could buy like a Barbie with just her, no clothes, no outfits for like $5-10. And she had a huge collection. Yeah, it could be about anything, love. You're absolutely. What is wrong with Canoli's testicles? I'll do another stream on that. It's much too long to get into. You are Knuff, and I'm Knuff. We're all Knuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just getting to, that is true. It was a box office flop. It didn't catch on until later. And I did not know that until Canoli told me that. I was like, how could this movie not do well? But he had given me all the information, what it was up against and all that stuff. And it did not become popular until later, until people realized what an amazing movie it was. It was a really, really great movie. In the words of Razorfist, the only thing worse than a bad movie no one watches is a bad movie everybody watches. And that's kind of what I was going to get into for sure in a minute. Okay, let me tell you something about the Green Mile. Okay. I will never, ever, 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 ever watch that movie again. Not because it wasn't good. It was outstanding. But I sobbed like a friggin' baby in that movie theater. I won't even allow Canoli to have it on in the house while I'm in the vicinity. If I'm upstairs, fine. He can watch it. I cannot be around it. That movie broke my heart. I won't spoil it, but it was gut-wrenching. Very good movie, but gut-wrenching. I couldn't do it. You're right. Nothing like a cannoli party. For sure. For sure. Hi, Logical Spock. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Never forget, Batman and Robin was a huge box office success. It was the fan backlash afterwards that put Batman into hibernation until Nolan thawed him out. Well, that's the thing, too, because Batman was made into this campy piece of shit movie. It was awful. AJ will beg to differ, which is why MMM is going to be reviewing that movie and having AJ on so he can defend that garbage. Batman and Robin was terrible. They got so campy. And then they had, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Freeze. And then they had Alicia Silverstone as Batwoman or whatever. And that is not the depiction of Batman. I understand the route that they were going because they wanted it to be comic booky like. And I get it. But I don't know. I have mixed emotions about that one. But you're right. Nolan brought him out and made him Oh, yeah. I thought I heard her get up upstairs moving around. She might still be sleeping. Listen, Joker, she's 15. They sleep all the time. And she starts school tomorrow. She's going to be a sophomore tomorrow. Don't think Cannoli and I are ready for all that. It's, ugh, my gosh. Let's see. AJ will fight you on the side of the street. Oh my God, he will. He will punch a woman. He does not care if I have eyes like Nala. He will punch me if I disagree. You know, listen, it's fine. It's a fun movie, but I don't think you can compare it to other sorts of Batman movies. I don't know. Listen, I don't have a horse in that race, as they will say, because that's just not my genre. But I love Batman. I love, what Christopher Nolan did. I know that there's a lot of, mixed reviews on the different ways he brought Batman to the screen, but I don't know. I appreciated it. I don't mind. Let's see. Schumacher made Batman so they could sell Happy Meals. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. I don't blame them. I mean, it's always about money instead of about being true to the story and really living up to what the origin of the story is. It's always about money and marketing and all that stuff. So I guess I can't blame them. Canteen Gorilla. Jeez. Hey, Cassie, how are you? Yes, Sassy Sunday is back. We're here. We're just trying to do it. You've got $20 on me, Dempsey. Listen, I'm Sicilian. I'm Sicilian and Irish and German. So, I wouldn't want to break a nail, but I might try just to make a point. I'd have to fight for Cannoli because Cannoli does not care for that movie at all. Let's see. I liked Batman Forever, to be honest. Which one was that? I know. Listen, there's so many Batman movies. I don't know the names. I couldn't even tell you all of the names of the Christopher Nolan Batmans because I don't remember the names of them. I remember the movies, but Batman Forever, I want to say, isn't that anyway, tell me which one it was because I'm sounding stupid. I had a crush on O'Donnell. Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely. I did too. It was totally fine. I think he's in my age range now. So it was, or maybe a little bit older. So it was totally fine to have a crush on him. I was right there with you. So that was totally fine. That made the movie watchable, I would have to say. Isn't there the one where he uses martial arts to do laundry? I don't know. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. And I've heard that a lot. People like that one. I have to revisit that one because I forget who was the woman in that one. See, was that Nicole Kidman or was she the one with George Clooney? I just forget. I forget all the time. Because like I said, there's so many different adaptations of it. I mean, I know who all the Batmans were, but I don't remember their stories and stuff. I just remember some of them were really goofy. Oh, right. It's been a long time since I watched those. Oh, that was Batman Forever. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, no, it was just weird. It was weird. So I guess we can start talking about, what has been going on with the box office and Barbenheimer. I did get to see, okay, so I saw Barbie and I did my review and I saw Oppenheimer. And I have to tell you a funny story. Hold on one second. Val Kilmer was good. Michael Keaton was the best out of 3. Clooney was dog shit. Yeah, that a lot of people do say that. I think Michael Keaton was a really great Batman as well. It was just different. Like if you compare Michael Keaton's Batman to Christian Bale's Batman, they were just so different as far as how they were depicted. Like the movies were darker. They were just a little bit different. I enjoyed them both, but for different reasons. I enjoyed seeing him come back in The Flash, even though I wish I would have seen him in a different capacity. But I appreciated that I got to see him come back. I wish they would have done more with him, but you know what? Kudos to Michael Keaton. The script sucked and he was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So I appreciated that. So funny story. So Cannoli and I, what was it? A week ago Thursday, our air conditioning goes out, right? And hey, Hypnotic, how are you? Thanks again for the other night. So generous of you. I appreciate you so much and your support. So Cannoli and I'm working on my Barbie review all Thursday. So a week ago Thursday, I'm working on my Barbie review. I took the day off work because that's how dedicated I am to YouTube, people. I'm like, you know what? My Little Mermaid one was but it was my first one. And I'm like, you know what? I've got to knock this Barbie one out of the park if I want to grow my channel. I'm so glad I stuck with it because it really, really, really helped my channel. And I greatly appreciated it. Anyway, so we'll work on the Barbie review all day. And then we did the 8750 podcast with Yeti. And Cannoli comes upstairs and I'm still upstairs. Like, I don't know. I think I was editing my video and he's like, dude, the air conditioning just went out. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And it was like 118 that day. I'm not even kidding. It has been hotter than shit here. So he's like, what are we going to do? So we're looking online for portable air conditioning units and stuff. The ones that don't even have to go through your window because we don't have windows to put them in. This isn't New York. No, they do. I mean, we could have put it upstairs, but we have a 2-story. So trying to keep everything cool. Cannoli works in this space for work. And we're like, this isn't going to work. We can't do this. And my daughter's sitting on the couch. She's like, dude, wait, can we just go? Can we go to grandma and grandpa's house? Let's just go. So we packed up our stuff and we went and we stayed. They couldn't come out to fix our air conditioning till Monday because we have a home warranty. And so we had to wait for somebody to come out, yada, yada. Well, at this time, Cannoli and I had tickets for Oppenheimer. We got our tickets late because he was kind of at the mindset, first of all, and listen, the IMAX theaters here in Arizona, not a lot of them have reclining chairs. And if you're going to sit for 3 hours, you're going to want to make sure that you're comfortable. And that was a really big deal to Cannoli. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I get it. So we're looking at all the theaters. And also there is one theater that plays it on IMAX in 70 millimeter, which is the way you're supposed to see it. So Cannoli, it's like, I'm not driving. It's like a 45-minute drive to it. And he's like, I'm just not driving all that way, blah, 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 blah. And then we were going to see the movie by his parents' house, but he's like, and it's really not that far. Cannoli just doesn't leave the house. And I usually drive anyway. And he's like, no, I'm not driving that far. And I'm like, he's like, plus the IMAX doesn't have reclining seats. And I'm like, okay, fine. Listen, at this point, whatever, sir, whatever you want to do. So we get these tickets for $245 on a Saturday at the theater by our house. This is before our air conditioning went out. Granted, it would have been so much better to go to the theater by his parents' house because we were already over there. So we get to this theater, and I've never been to this theater. It's like right off of a mall, and you know how malls are doing. Malls are just shit in the bed. Even though this one's not bad, but the movie theater's like attached to it off the side. So we go in, and there's nobody even taking like your tickets, like scanning your phone for a ticket. So we could have just walked in. So we walk in. It's just a shit show. It's just a shit show. Reclining seats equal. Well, it is if the movie is boring. My daughter did fall asleep in Mission Impossible. Now, she doesn't know the whole backstory of Mission Impossible. She only wanted to go to see him drive off of or fly off the cliff on the motorcycle. I don't know. I think she just wanted to get out of the house too because it's hot as shit. So anyway, we go to this theater and seats are decent. I'm like, God, it's a little stuffy in here. And he's like, yeah, but it's just really hot outside. No air conditioning in the theater. We're like, we can't catch a break. No air conditioning in the theater. But Cannoli was determined. He's like, I'm seeing this freaking movie. I am seeing this movie. We're here. We're going to stick it out. And they didn't even tell us. There were people like a couple rows behind us that told us that there was no air. It wasn't bad. But come to find out, my in-laws theater that we were not going to go to because there wasn't any reclining seats because they don't advertise it on the app, reclining seats. So we saw Oppenheimer in no air conditioning after being kicked out of our house for not having air conditioning. And it's just like, I swear to God, the only cold place that you can find in Arizona is the cold freezer section that you can walk into at Costco. That's where you should hang out. Thank you, Dempsey. Yeah, please hit the like button for me. I appreciate it. Let me tell you something about a pocket fan. A pocket fan's not going to save you in this freaking heat. But listen, good idea. We have fans everywhere, all over the place. Overcooked hot dogs, stale popcorn, flat soda, and basic theater seats. That's how you go to the movies. Get off my lawn, you bougie types. I know, right? Do you remember when seats were just, and they were crammed together? Now it's like you have to have the leg room and you have to have the theater. Okay, so when the kid and I went to see Barbie, we went to a special screening on a Wednesday right before it came out, and we were in kind of a bougie theater. It had like a nice table with a little drink holder. I could write my notes. It was really kind of nice. I'm kind of bougie. Like, so when the kid and I went to the Little Mermaid screening, I was like, let's treat ourselves. Let's have our food brought to the seats. Let's have our dinner delivered to us. Yeah, let me tell you something. That was a bad idea. They were so backed up that our food came like an hour late. It was still good, but you just get your shit yourself. You don't need to be all that fancy, honestly. I love dine-in theaters, not the corporate ones, but the small mom and pop ones. Great vibes. And usually it's just released for, you know what? I would like to see that. I've never been into like the smaller ones, but that would be fun. Yeah, it did. It fit, you know, when the bomb went off, spoiler alert, in the movie, I felt the heat. It was perfect. It was perfect. Thanks for coming in, Gord King. I appreciate you. Saw 300 while drinking beer and eating Sammy's A+. I am totally with you. There's certain people that don't like to eat during a movie. I will. Even if I just went to have dinner, I have to have something to snack on. Always. But we are a bunch of cinema sissies. But if I'm going to sit there for 3 hours and watch a movie, I am going to want to be comfortable. Really, honestly. Let's see. So, or on a blanket in a field. The drive-in movie is fun too. I really enjoy that. The kid and I went and saw the I'll screw up the name, but the last Harley Quinn movie we went and saw, because that's right when COVID hit, and it was her birthday, and I felt really bad. And she's like, "Let's go to the drive-in." So we did. And that was actually fun. I enjoyed that. When I left California, there was a theater with reclining seats and you could order food and booze during the film. Yeah, and that's everywhere now. You can do that pretty much everywhere. A lot of the theaters have alcohol now. Magitech Mags, I love the way she movies. She was posting pictures of like this pink drink that she went with for the Barbie movie. And she had a really like a little bottle of wine and some, you know, I like the way Mags movies, you know, I feel like it should. Here's the thing. I don't go to the movies very often. I have gone more recently because just being in the YouTube community and, you know, Cannoli doing a movie review show and me wanting to review movies. There, you definitely, you can get spoiled, but it can get really expensive, trying to indulge in all that stuff. But I do enjoy treating myself going to the movies because I don't do it very often. Yeah, it was really, really awesome. I enjoyed the movie. Now, what I was trying to say is I think Cannoli wants to try again and go see it properly, the way that it was filmed and the way it was intended to be seen, which is in the 70 millimeter IMAX theater. That's like a 45-minute drive. But I told Cannoli, let's make a day out of it. You know, I mean, we work full time. We're doing this YouTube thing. Let's go treat ourselves. Let's go do something fun. Yes, Mags does rule, man. She knows how to movie for sure. For sure. So I don't know if this is really true anymore, because I really see, that's the thing. It's definitely worth it. We need to try to see. Oh, but the thing is so we looked just for shits and giggles. We looked, this was like Friday maybe, and we looked for yesterday. And then even next weekend, totally sold out. Like Vex couldn't even get a screening where she's at until tomorrow to see it properly as well. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So we're going to start talking about, speaking of movies, we're going to start talking about the Barbie movie, and just kind of, I got a lot of questions and I have a lot of thoughts about how this movie is being received by certain groups of people that you wouldn't necessarily think, let me click this off, that you wouldn't necessarily think that would like it. Like, I am really surprised at some of the people that liked this movie But I was really hoping that this would have something to do with it. Barbie's Rotten Tomatoes unverified audience score begins to rally following wave of negative review bombing. So the thing is I think people want to know why we have all these mixed opinions on it. So you have somebody like myself and Vex Electronica, who does movie reviews as well. You should check out her channel. She does a great job, and her Barbie review was great as well. You know, I think her and I, we saw what the movie was what it was intended to be, which was a feminist shit show. But then you have people like Brettcooper, who is a conservative, who didn't see anything wrong with it. Now, I don't think that you had to play with Barbies as a kid to understand this movie. Like girls in general, like if you were a super tomboy and just didn't even have any interest in Barbies at all, I think that makes complete sense of not seeing the movie. My hairdresser, she was a tomboy growing up. She never played with Barbies. It wasn't her thing. So she has no interest in seeing the movie. But if you had a Barbie at all, or knew somebody who did, or just enjoyed what it was about, you would enjoy this movie. Well, I think Brettcooper, her biggest thing is that she thought it was just a fun movie. But for somebody who spews all of the conservative jargon that she does, the fact that she couldn't see the bigger picture of this, or maybe Vex and I are wrong. Maybe we're seeing something that isn't there. The phrase review bombing doesn't mean anything anymore. Yet another overused buzzword used to defend bad products from scrutiny. I agree. Oh my God. You are so right. So Cannoli and I have been talking about this, and the fact that, and I'm going to talk about just in general, the list of movies that Mattel wants to bring out, and God only knows. Hey, Flaccid, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. You're so kind. I appreciate you. So yes, I loved Narnia. Okay. I really enjoyed the first one for sure. It was great. And the message behind the Narnia movies has to do with religion. It has to do with, just the resurrection. It has to do with, you know, the sacrifice of the lion. It has to do with the resurrection of the lion and all of that. And it has a very high religious undertone. And I feel like she is going to absolutely go in a different direction. And I can't imagine what her spin is going to be on this. But I am very, very, yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Leave it alone. Why? And you know what the thing is it's like, does Narnia need to be redone? Like, is she redoing it? Is she doing like, I forget how many Narnia movies there were, but I thought there were like at least one, or I thought there was at least two, like I said. But I don't understand why we have to touch these movies. Are there no original ideas? Like Barbie was an amazing platform. She really could have done something great with it. She really, really absolutely could have done something great, and she didn't. Yeah, listen, please tell me how we're going to do a Magic 8-Ball movie. That has to be a horror movie. It has to. If you do a Magic 8-Ball movie, it has to be a horror movie, in my opinion. I think it would be great if it was like a possessed Magic 8-Ball. I think it would do really, really well. Yeah, you're right. They're not even that old. So why are we touching them? Why are we touching anything? Nobody has their own ideas anymore. Listen, I'm not writing movies because I don't have any freaking new ideas. Like that, I have to say, I'm not knocking it, but it's hard to come up with original ideas, especially if you have an agenda you want to push. So Barbie definitely had an agenda that it wanted to push. And I feel like it was just such a disservice to the brand that it was insulting. It is very clear and obvious Christian allegory. There were 3 movies and the potential to adapt 7 novels total. Okay, so there you go. Yes, it was highly based on the Christian allegory, right? And I really feel like, are you serious? Why do you have to reboot something that was so good the first time? Because there's no good ideas. And what is she going to do? She's every single movie that she's made that I've that I've never seen anything other than her piece of crap Barbie movie, but my understanding is that it is all feminist driven. Hey, Andrew, how are you? The first one is pretty rough, but the books are incredibly. Oh my God, why I can't say certain words. I think that if Greta focuses on the family dynamic between the brothers and sisters, she could cook something serviceable, in my opinion. I would really hope so. I would really hope so. I think the problem is with this is that we saw what she did with a plastic doll and the message that she tried to sell in that. And I don't know if she just wants to ruin all of these classic movies with her specific agenda. I'm just not sure what her thought process is, but it does alarm me a little bit that things might go in another direction that we're not looking for. Barbie only dropped 43% in its second weekend. Hate to say it, folks. Tom Connors is right. Woke is back on the menu. Just learn how to package it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it makes me really sad because I'm not going to want to watch movies anymore. Hey, Words of Paradise. I hope you had a great birthday yesterday. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I appreciate you. I've read a lot of C.S. Lewis, and a feminist is the last person who should touch such material as his. See, and I've never read the books either, so I'm not really sure. And I haven't really gone past the movies either. So, oops, hold on. Let's go here. I'm not sure if people are seeing Barbie because of wokeness. Oppenheimer only dropped about the same amount. I think people were pining for a weekend movie event. I think so too, because a lot of people did the whole Barbie or the Barbenheimer. And, I did see both of them pretty close together. I saw one on Wednesday and the next one on Saturday. So I did participate in that. And I think it was great for both of them. If you're not following the Narnia books, don't make the movie, but they will make it and be bait and switch. Here's the thing too, is that there was an article that recently came out that stated that Greta Gerwig really wasn't familiar with Barbie's IP, but she made the movie anyway. I feel like people who make movies such as this from things that are really important, such as books or toys, really should have a self-love for it too. Like have some sort of connection that makes you want to make this movie into something amazing. This is a big win for the Ken community. You know what? That's fine. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would absolutely love it. I hope this comes out making the men look good, because you know what, you guys, you are Knuff. I agree. You guys are Knuff. It's just the license plate in Breaking Bad says Ken Win. It's just current Hollywood actively avoid source material. The director for Secret Invasion was okay. So there's the thing. And didn't the same thing happen to The Witcher? Wasn't Henry Cavill so passionate because it was a passionate project for him because he loved the game so much? And then they were like, no, and they gave him crap for like wanting to be completely invested and making sure that it was portrayed in the way that it was intended. I don't understand why you get shit for that. I know I have been watching like you guys, your shows and Roman and just everybody talking about Secret Invasion, and it looks like a pile of dog shit. Once again, but Disney can't, I don't understand. Is it, okay, maybe we're being punked. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be now. Maybe it's supposed to be where everything is supposed to suck and we're just going to go see it just because we want to see how bad it sucks. I don't know. I remember my seventh grade class all read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe together on Fridays. I loved that. And there was nothing feminist or a political statement about it from what I remember. Yeah, exactly. But they'll put their own spin on it. I mean, look what Barbie did. Look what Barbie did. You took a girl. That's the thing too. So I was talking to my hairstylist yesterday, and she was like, it's so sad. So we have this generation of kids coming up, let's just say, 10 to 15 years old. And that's such a hard time in their lives right now. The social impact on these kids is real, and it's huge, and it can be harmful. So, I've said many times that my daughter's been a victim of, social influence and questioning her gender and questioning her looks and is she good enough and she this. And yeah, we've all gone through that in different degrees, but I think because of social media, it's so much worse now. So now you have this Barbie movie that's coming out to tell these young girls, one, in the beginning of the movie, that motherhood is shit because they're bashing all the baby dolls. You know what? It was so funny. Yesterday, my daughter actually told me that part where they were smashing the baby dolls actually made her sad. It made her sad because she loved baby dolls as a little girl. She had a baby doll named Angel that she would carry around with her all the time. And it made her sad to see them bash baby dolls. And it was bashing motherhood. They made a lot of references like Midge, who is the pregnant Barbie. They bashed on her. They're like, nobody wants a pregnant Barbie. Why not? Why not? Why can't we glorify motherhood? But we can't, because that doesn't fit with their agenda of being a strong woman and not being, you can't. So let me ask you this. You can't be a strong woman, a strong mother, a strong friend, a strong wife. You can't be all those things. You can only be a strong, independent woman. Or you can be a weak woman who's married, a mother, and doesn't have a career. Let me tell you something. Newsflash. I'm a strong woman who's been married for 20 years, and Mr. Cannoli doesn't get in my way. He lets me do my thing. He lets me be a strong woman, and I can be a mom, and I can work full time, and I can do this shit, and I can handle I don't understand. I can be a strong woman with a strong man beside me. And that was my point that I made in my review. And unfortunately, it's just that this movie is really impressionable for young girls. Let's not forget that the marketing campaign for Barbie was genius. They hid their intentions well. Yes, they did. I've said that 100 times. Like, I heard some things, but I really went in with an open mind. And I was like, okay, hopefully this is wrong. Hopefully it'll just be a fun Barbie movie. No, boy, was I wrong. You are correct, Mrs. Sassy. Current Hollywood uses IPS platforms. They really do, because it brainwashed. Look what it did to all the little girls. It brought these young, which, by the way, I didn't listen. How did I not know it was PG-13 until I was on Culture Casino show? I didn't even realize it, because I'm like, why would I have to check the rating of a Barbie movie? Why would it be anything but G? Okay, maybe because of certain things, Ken's shirt's open, so they're going to make it PG. But PG-13, why? Why in God's name was a Barbie movie PG-13? There was no bad language in it. It was because it was the freaking message. Let's just keep brainwashing children, okay? Let's brainwash young girls into thinking that they can't be mothers, they can't be strong women, they don't need men. I feel the need to change the name of my state. A simple space will do. Kentucky. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Late 70s had an animated miniseries called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It was amazing. Yeah, because it was probably just based off of the book. And it didn't have any undertones, any stupid messages in it. C.S. Lewis used an algorithm. Oh my God, why can't I say that word? In his writings, and his friend Token hated its forms, different stroke. You're right. It's true. But I think that people, my biggest pet peeve is when somebody takes a book that's amazing and just completely shits the bed when they bring it to the screen. I really feel like you owe it to the writer of the book to stay as true to the story. I know there's certain things that you have to add and change for cinematic pleasing, or whatever word that is. I completely understand that, and I respect it. But to completely change characters, to race swap, gender swap, this swap, that swap, like, listen, they screwed up. I read a whole series called The Confessions of a Shopaholic. Surprising. It was an amazing series. And they brought the movie out, and it was horse shit. It was dog shit. They didn't get but one thing right in that movie. Just come on. If you're going to bring a book to life, do the best you can to stay on point. And yes, I would visit Kentucky in a heartbeat too. If it's in a pink box with a pretty pink bow and sprinkled with glitter, you can shit on men all you want. Listen, let me tell you something. I love pink. Listen, they've told me that I'm so creative. Good Lord. So creative. I piss glitter. I love everything pink, glitter, sparkly. And I don't approve of shitting on men. I think it's awful, but you are absolutely right. They'll disguise anything that way and make their point. At least Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm will be honest about their feminist agenda. Yeah, I don't even know why she can't come out and just say she had a freaking agenda. I'd have more respect for her than trying to hide it. It's ridiculous. Baby dolls, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Baby dolls equal maternal love. And the fact that this Greta Gerwig is actually a mother and she would want to promote such harshness towards motherhood. I mean, there were so many digs in there about being a mom. And then the relationship between America Ferrera and her daughter with no resolution at the end. It wasn't like they didn't have a speech or anything. They didn't talk about anything at the end where it was just like, oh, mom, you're right. I love you and I love our relationship. Blah, blah. Listen, I have a teenager. I know shit gets tough sometimes, but my daughter isn't an asshole like that. And some of the instead of maybe, mending the relationship between the mother and the daughter and showing the connection that Barbie has between a mother and a daughter, because my daughter and I connected over Barbies. It was so much fun as a mom taking my daughter to have her, buy certain Barbies and stuff. But instead they were too busy on making a point out of a speech that let me just bring this up. Here's a really good segue. I wanted to vomit when I read this because this is so out of left field. Here we go. This is so out of left field. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of the speech if I can bring it up here because okay. First of all, so Barbie star America Ferrera left male crew members in tears with powerful monologue about womanhood that took 2 days and 50 takes. 2 days and 50 takes. Okay. I don't know. I think I have to. Oh, nope. I can do both. Look at me. I'm so fancy. Okay. I want to tell you guys something. If you haven't seen the movie, I just want to give you an idea of what made men cry. Okay. Real quick, please. So here are the things that she said in this speech that made male crew members cry. And I'd like the men in the chat to tell me if this left you guys teary-eyed. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure most of my men in here didn't see it. Okay, so here is what she said during this monologue. This is all that I caught because she was spewing garbage for so long. It was insufferable. Ready? These are the notes I took. It was impossible to be a woman. We are always doing it wrong. Women need to be pretty for men. The whole system is rigged. Meaning like what, women get the shit end of the stick? Women tie themselves in knots so other people will like us. And she referred to Barbie as a white savior. Okay? She referred to Barbie as a white savior. So that made men cry. That made men cry. Yeah. Thank you, Vex. Yep. Oh, bye, Joker. Thanks so much, honey. I appreciate you so much. You're always so good in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'll give her something to cry about too. I'm going to punch her in the baby maker. And I think she has kids. I don't understand that. How the hell can you hate being a woman so much? Do you know the amazing things that women are capable of, our bodies are capable of? So much so. We are such amazing freaking creatures that people are dying to be us. They're getting boob implants and they're having vaginas built and they're faking periods. And they're wanting to, like I said on my last stream, they're wanting to experience miscarriages. So obviously we're so freaking awesome that people want to be us, but we make a whole movie about how shitty it is to be a woman. Can somebody explain this to me? Can somebody explain this to me? All right, I got a lot of comments here. We're going to go through some of these comments, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's exactly what America Ferrera said to make a bunch of men. Let me tell you something. I know all the men on the set were not sissies because, some of them just want jobs, but how many really cried? How many really cried? Please. I don't need no man is the opposite of united we stand and divided we fall, and being's opposite results. It is. It's ridiculous. Let's rename all states. Mine is now Michigan. Okay. Mine's Arizona. So Kenzona. There we go. I live in Kenzona now. The little one is refusing his nap. Lord help me. Oh God, sorry. Oh my gosh. Yep, you're right. Watch her cast a female Asian. Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, to be fair, she isn't in charge of how the trailer is cut. It probably wasn't her call to hide it. That would be a studio decision. Yeah, it's true. Maybe it wasn't her agenda to cut it, but it sure helped her movie. I mean, so I'm sure she's not pissed about it. Lots of directors get pissed about how their trailers are cut. In fact, I don't know if Greta was, but it's worth noting. Yeah, I wonder too. Unless I don't think she's mad now. She might have been mad before, but look how many asses in the seats it's getting. I mean, honestly, the trailer was so misleading that the fact that we got this pile of feminist dog shit is super surprising. So that should not, no, it shouldn't take 50 takes. It shouldn't take 50 takes. And the fact that men cried over it, give me a effing break. Maybe you're not enough, men on the set. Get a freaking life, bro. I mean, it was so, ugh. God. Full monologue is up online as well if anyone is interested. It basically demoralizes women, makes them seem weak, and places blame on everything but themselves. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to read the monologue again, you guys, because I've only seen the movie once. I'll only see it once unless, it's streaming somewhere and I decide to skim through the dog shit that it is just to see what I missed. But those are I could not write fast enough. You guys, she was spewing so much horse shit. I could not write it down fast enough. Those were the only things I could write down in a dark theater. And I know there was so much more. It was just, and the fact that people like brettcooper, and I'm sorry, Chrissy Mayer liked it too. I don't understand these people. There's some sort of conservative brainwashing going on in this movie. I don't understand what happened. How could they like this freaking movie? I'll tell you, brettcooper, though, was raised a little bit differently and kind of hoity-toity, and she only was allowed to make American Girl doll, play with American Girl dolls. They're supposed to be making a movie, American Girl doll movie. So we'll see. Hopefully they fuck that up and then she gets angry and then she'll see what it's like. Actually, the Billie Eilish song at the end is better written. Oh my God, you can't even compare the two. Her song I loved it. I love Billie Eilish. My daughter and I got to see her in concert. Was it before it was right after the pandemic when they were like, no masks, you don't have to wear masks. And then all of a sudden we get to the theater and they're handing masks out. Yeah, I didn't wear mine. I put it on and then got to my seat and said, so yeah, Billie Eilish, amazing concert, amazing voice. Yeah. Yep. I love it. So she went on an unhinged, racist, sexist, inaccurate rant, and some betas cried. Color me shocked. Exactly. But I guess that is the type of people that you want to have on your, I mean, first of all, I've talked about it before, but everybody had to wear pink one day because Margot Robbie made them wear pink. And I'm pretty sure the set was just a bunch of, feminist garbage anyway, the way that they were prancing around, making everybody wear pink. And I mean, I guess there's probably certain people that really wanted to work on the Barbie movie, if you catch my drift. But thank you, Vex. I appreciate you. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I am sure everybody stood up and clapped and was just like, oh my God, Americaferrera. Let me tell you something, honey. You started in fucking Ugly Betty. Ugly Betty. Okay. So, and I forget the premise of the show, but I know she was ugly. And she got ridiculed for it. I don't remember. Maybe, who the hell knows? But it made her a star. I used to love it. I don't remember a whole lot. Maybe that's because it wasn't that good. I don't know. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. And thank you for subscribing to my channel yesterday. I went to subscribe viewers and I had already been. So let's see. Yes, Kenzona is great. So I live in Kenzona. I'm telling you guys. Here, let's see. Where does she? Pennsylvania. There you go. There you go. United we stand, divided we fall is the actual state motto of Kentucky. There you go. My state will be called Texican. Okay, I like it. I like it. My state is more like an awkward greeting that turns terrible halfway through. Oh, hi-oh. Oh, I get it. I like it. Florican. Yeah, could you get your ass out to Florican already? Oh, my gosh. She put the mono in monologue. Yeah, that is for sure. For sure. You take your daughter to see Billie Eilish, and I take my mother to see Diana Ross. Congrats, Mrs. Sassy. This is proof you are younger than me. I know. No, no. No, listen, I don't know. You're an old soul, and I love that about you. I think that's really cool. I think we would go to a lot more concerts if they weren't so daggum expensive. They are so expensive. This was like a birthday gift for her. I think she was turning 13. So it was a 13th birthday gift for her with me and my in-laws. And it was a really good time. Really good time. Let's see. The I'm Just Ken song is more powerful. My theater started singing. I loved that. I loved it. I thought it was great. That was my favorite. Ken was my favorite part of the movie. My favorite part of the movie. I couldn't even stand when the women were on and spewing their bullshit and male hate and blah, blah, blah. I thought Ken was so funny. I loved the fact that, I love the fact that he was obsessed with not the patriarchy, but with horses. I just thought it was funny. I loved the fight scene with the Kens and all that stuff because it was comical and nerdy, and it was exactly what a Barbie movie should be. And I thought it was fun. Ken should fight over Barbie. That was so funny. Ken should fight over Barbie because technically there's one Ken. Well, there's a ton of Barbies, I guess, and now a ton of Kens. But I don't know. I liked the premise of them fighting over each other. I thought that it was fine. Who is this William? Billie Eilish. You know who it is. She's cool. I like her. My visa interview is still processing. You know what? I've about had it. I've about had it with this process, Bex. It's horseshit. We have time's a ticking. Canada, help this lady out. Who do I have to call? Oh my gosh, this is wonderful to hear. Would love to go to more concerts as well, but there aren't many of my beloved artists that still. Yeah, and here's the thing. You guys all know how much I adore my Celine Dion, and I was grateful enough to see her twice in Las Vegas. She did say happy birthday to me once. The very first show I went was 7 rows from the stage, and it was my actual birthday. I think it was my 25th birthday, so it was my golden birthday, and I was 7 rows from the stage, and I didn't realize that she had opened up her show like 10 years prior on my birthday. So she was like, today's a really big day and it's a big day to celebrate. And of course, I'm loud. I scream, yeah, because today's my birthday. And she looked at me and said, happy birthday. Shit myself. And then I got to see her again in Vegas with my mother-in-law, which was amazing. And then I saw her once out here in Kenzona. And then I was supposed to see her, but COVID fucked everything, didn't it? It sure did. And then now she has some rare disease, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to see her again. But she is somebody I would pay money to go see. But my daughter likes a lot of the weird artists that I don't think are worth the money. So it's hard. It's hard. The scene in the Barbie movie where the little girls were bashing baby dolls' heads is basically saying replace motherhood with the shallow, materialistic, self-absorbed Barbie. Yeah, it does. It does. And I told you, my daughter felt the same way. It made her sad. It made her absolutely sad. But that was from a 15-year-old took that away. A 15-year-old took away the sadness of a baby doll. Why couldn't we just put the baby dolls aside and not have to destroy them and just put them aside? You can play with Barbies and Barbie dolls, baby dolls and Barbie dolls. You can play with both. They're not one or the other. Yes, I know. She you know what? Not everybody likes her. Not everybody likes her, and I am okay with that. I'm totally fine. Oh my gosh, better can Ryan Gosling or Michael Keaton make the poll? I should have made the poll. You guys, I don't know. This morning was kind of crazy, and then StreamYards wasn't working and blah, 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 blah. So weird it didn't let me post that. Support independent music. So yeah, the Barbie movie is definitely making waves. Let's see. I have a couple of we can talk about this really quick too, since we're talking about what we think they're going to do when it comes to this kind of stuff. I actually have a more in-depth list that talks about, let me see if I'll make this a little bit bigger, that talks about all of the different ideas that they're going to go through with these. Okay. So Mattel reveals that they want to essentially create a cinematic universe following the success of Barbie with 14 properties already in active development. Okay. So Barney, let me just tell you a little story about Barney. Barney, I watched a lot because I have a half brother and sister that are 13 and 14 years younger than me. So I was a teenager and I had to, thank you. Yes, please hit the like button for me. It really does help. So I watched Barney when I was a kid. And I even went with my mom and my brother and sister to Barney Live. And I have to say, it's creepy as shit. Barney is creepy as shit when you think about it, but the kids loved Barney. It was always a good message. It was kind of like Sesame Street for, but it was just different. So I liked Barney. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed, the premise of it. But there is word out here that they are going to make Barney on the darker side. I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of these movies, they're not going to be made for kids like they should. They're not going to be made for kids like they should be. Well, to be fair, it's a reference. You know what's funny? Okay, do not come at me, it's super weird because Cannoli being such a movie buff, I have not seen this movie. I have not seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I do know that it's a great movie, and I need to see it, and I will. And I did not know that was a reference until a lot of people started reviewing it and saying that. So I was lost on that. I saw it differently because I wasn't familiar with that part of the movie, but I totally understand your point. Agreed, dude. She has earned a lot of respect on the knowledge and directional front. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Barney was my obsession as a 3 or 4-year-old. My parents showered me with Barney VHS tapes and Barney plushies. See, exactly. And like I said, my brother and sister loved Barney. Barney Live was great. It was so much fun to see it come to life. But I'm telling you guys right now, they're going to screw these up somehow. I'm not really sure how they're going to make. Well, first of all, Polly Pocket. Vex was so excited when I told her that Leah Dunham was attached to this project. We just love Leah Dunham. She is just so great. So great. Oh, God. I just wonder, like, all of these things sound interesting. I think, but I'm just, you know what? It should be. I'm telling you right now, on this list, you definitely have to make Magic 8 Ball a horror movie for sure. I think Viewmaster would be a great horror movie too. Like if you had some sort of like, horror type activities happening in the Viewmaster, or you have to solve a crime with what's given to you in a Viewmaster. But you're right. It would be great as a horror movie. But I'm not confident, you guys. I'm not confident. First of all, I've never heard of Christmas Balloon. I'm not really sure about Christmas Balloon. Hot Wheels would be so much fun. That would be an awesome movie. Let's see. I'm convinced Leah Dunham is one of just bipolar cancer, and it's too much of a coincidence. There has to be some sort of affiliation between the two. Creepy people in Hollywood want to destroy innocence in every way they can. You know what? That is the pattern. I'm absolutely starting to see that as a pattern. They're taking things that we loved as kids that were innocent and just meant to be fun, and they're completely trashing them. Y'all know why Barney was fat, because he ate the kids and replaced them with more kids to eat, probably. So out of this list, I am not familiar with Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I mean, it sounds a little bit familiar, but Christmas Balloon. Now, my brother and sister did love, and also my daughter. My daughter did love Thomas and Friends. She had American Girl dolls. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, American Girl is a hoity-toity doll line. And that is why I think Brett Cooper, like I said, I was really surprised that she loved the movie so much because just of her political views and being such a strong woman. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe she saw it as a great thing for women. I don't know. I just saw it as horseshit. But the American Girl movie is going to be snotty because, listen, it's a rich girl's doll. If you guys haven't had an American, hey, Jock Nerdy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. First time in my stream. Congratulations on the birth of your son. He is growing and doing so well. He's a big boy for being born so early. So congratulations to you and your wife. So American Girl doll. My daughter had 2 of them, and they were birthday presents. She did have an American Girl birthday party, which, and her and her American doll wore matching dresses. But American Girl dolls start at $100, you guys. They're $100 just for the doll. maybe a little bit less than that. And then you have to buy the outfit and the shoes. And then you can take them and have their hair done. They have a salon at the American Girl store. It is meant for rich people, definitely meant for rich people, which is why Brettcooper didn't understand Barbie. Her mom didn't allow her to have Barbies. Neither did Greta Gerwig's mom. Didn't allow them to have Barbies, yet they both absolutely adored the movie. One made it and one loved watching it. So American Girl will be interesting to see. Oh, here, hold on. I'm going to go back to some of these comments because they're funny. Let's see. Thomas the Train is going to go hard. Let's hope so. Leah Dunham will turn into the oh my God, words are hard for me today. Polyamorous. See, I can't say it, but I can hear how it's said, but I can't say it. She will be, absolutely. You'd know what Rock'em Sock'em robots were if you saw them. Do a quick Google search. Okay, I think you're right. I couldn't be any less interested in the He-Man movie. Really? I wonder. Oh, Matt, and that's Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe is He-Man. That's right. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Uno is the only one I want to see on that list. How will it work? Will it be animated? How will they input the message? Yeah, Uno is a card game. So I don't know. Like, the first thing that comes to my mind are all the cards that are running around in Alice in Wonderland. Queen of Hearts. The cards running around. I don't know. What message? You're right. What message are they going to put in? I have no idea. So listen, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this. It's going to be interesting. That's a lot of movies, but with the strike and stuff out right now, I don't know. It's going to push everything behind quite a bit. But there's a whole list of you. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick since we're talking about it. It was really actually interesting. Right here, there was already some people that were signed on to these movies. Here, let's go here real quick. You're right. It's going to be a whole movie. Let's see. Where are you? He-Man will just be his pronouns. It'll be a whole movie about being pronouns. Absolutely. I think so. It's going to be all about how white corporations culturally appropriate Latino culture as a game. Oh gosh. Okay. So I was scrolling through this morning and because I wasn't sure exactly what this article had, I thought we were just going to, I was looking a little bit more for Barney stuff. Uno will have the be a dark tragedy about a family murdering each other because of the card game. I'm down with that. I am down with that. Listen, turn everything into a horror movie. Horror movies are known for being campy and stupid and quirky and scary. And I've actually grown to love horror movies a little bit more than I did. And maybe that's because there's not an effing message in all of them. Not that I know of. I haven't seen a ton, but from what I've seen, like, I like the Saw franchise. You want to know why? Because people who are absolute pieces of shit get the karma that's due to them. And I like it. I can't watch all the scenes sometimes, but my daughter and I watched them all. She showed them to me and I actually surprisingly really enjoyed them. So I found some of these interesting. I'm going to scroll through really quick. I don't know. Okay. So Lily Collins, first of all, I don't know who's going to be in Barney. So we're going to skip that, but Lily Collins is in Polly Pocket. And it's written and directed by Leah Dunham. Okay, so it's going to be a piece of dog shit. All right, cool. So Hot Wheels is going to be produced by J.J. Abrams, which, listen, I know people don't really care for him as much, but I think he'll do fine. Didn't he do Transformers? If he did Transformers, I think Hot Wheels, I think he'll do just fine. If he doesn't, if it's not woke, perfect. Here you go, Words of Paradise. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Vin Diesel is going to star in this movie, which will be really interesting. And listen, I don't know if this is going to just be voiced. It's going to be, I guess they're all going to be live action, right? Wouldn't that be the route that they want to go? So American Girl, there is nothing, nobody's attached to that yet. Oh, here you go. For all those people wondering about Magic 8 Ball, it'll probably be a PG-13 thriller, which totally makes sense. Okay, Michael Bay did Transformers. J.J. Abrams did Modern Star. Oh, I am thinking of Michael Bay. Well, shit. There you go. Well, yep. Okay. Never mind. So it's probably going to suck because he didn't really he got a lot of shit for the modern Star Wars, didn't he? Oh boy. Well, there we go. Masters of the Universe. Nobody is attached to that yet. The property was strapped with millions in development. Okay. Most recently, they were just talking about who might be attached to it. Here's one for you. So Major Matt Mason, which I am not familiar with, Tom Hanks is going to be in it. He will star as Mattel astronaut action figure from the 1960s who lives and works on the moon. Okay, so once again, I'm wondering if that is going to these have to be live adaptations, right? I mean, isn't that what's selling right now? That'll be interesting. Okay, so Uno, there's not much information, just what it's about. Top performing card game in the world will now become a movie. Wishbone is going to be, the studio is Universal. Wishbone, the literal Jack Russell Terrier who became famous on PBS. Oh, okay. Will now star in his own family-friendly adventure produced by the Dumb and Dumber filmmaker. Well, Dumb and Dumber was good, but the follow-up was absolute horse donkey crap. J.J. Abrams is good at and making a whole big film full of nothingness with cheap gimmicks attached, like bringing back the original Spock. Oh, right. Yeah, see, I've heard a lot of bad things about that. See? Yep. They're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin it. I'm telling you, they're going to ruin everything. We're screwed. We're screwed. Our childhoods are screwed. You're never going to see anything good. Matchbox. An action movie will be based on the legendary toy cars that were invented in 1953. So that's going to be an action movie. That might be okay. Thomas and Friends, the World War Z and Monster Balls director, will helm a fantasy film based on the children's animated train series. Okay, that's going to be strange. That I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Christmas Balloon. Not based on a toy, but based on a true story when Mattel donated toys to help make a young girl's dream come true after she tied her Christmas wish list to a balloon that was found by a grieving couple who worked with the toy company to fulfill the girl's wishes. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's that. I don't know. We'll see, you guys. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. They're going to screw it up. They're just going to screw it all up. And I'm not okay with any of this. Oh my God, dude. Micro Machines was so cool. I loved it. See, the thing is they'd have to bring the guy who did the commercials. You're aging yourself, Gord King. If you like, if you know what Micro Machines are, microaggressions. Absolutely. Also, J.J. Abrams is infamous for taking on long-standing franchising and disliking the source material. He hated the original Star Trek and made a reboot that was nothing like it. Oh, that's comforting. That is really, really comforting. I absolutely love that. I do. That's going to go places. Well, I want to talk a little bit more about something else real quick that I felt was interesting. So Words of Paradise had this on his show the other day, and I was like, I have got to talk about this because this must be just a nightmare for most men. I can't even believe that this is a thing right now. So we're going to talk about how a woman breaks up with her boyfriend over the Barbie movie. Okay. So basically you had, and he talked about this on his stream too, Words of Paradise. If you haven't already subscribed, go check him out. He has a lot of great videos that come out daily. And then he does a Monday afternoon show, which I enjoy. And so he had a whole video talking about, a lot of women wanted to take their boyfriends, I guess if you're trying to score points with your significant other, you're going to sit through the dog shit Barbie movie. So this girl took her boyfriend. I guess they're both 23 years old. And she was really excited to watch Barbie because she's a huge Barbie. Oh, no, I'm sorry. She's a huge Greta Gerwig fan. And it's funny. So was Brettcooper. She was like, loved her and she wanted to work for her. And she just blah, 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 blah. So I have my reservations about people now that definitely, you're welcome, sir. Anytime. And I mean, you did many a shout outs to me. You used some of my stuff from my Twitter for my Barbie thing and gave me massive shout outs. So I'm only returning the favor, my friend. Yeah, he did dodge a bullet because it's a total red flag. And you're right, Ken wins again. See, it's helping the men out. So she acknowledged that while her boyfriend, also 23, he likes Ryan Gosling, he didn't know anything else about it and more likely wasn't aware of the feminist themes. But he secretly hoped he would get the mess. Oh, but she secretly hoped he would get the message. Okay. Oh my God. I do not want Cannoli to get this message. If she was going to leave you for something so retarded, you're better off without her. Yeah, no, I think he packed his shit and left. And I don't know. We're going to read this article because I think it breaks it down. So over the duration of the movie, I could tell he was getting more and more uncomfortable / upset. And I was getting really sad, both from the movie and his reaction. Give me a break. And I knew we would end up having a conversation about it afterwards. Okay. He didn't talk to me until we got in the car. He told me that he was really offended by the movie and said that it was the kind of thing I should have watched with my girlfriends and not him. Duh. I would never make Cannoli see this with me, even if we were dating. Okay, Cannoli did sit through Titanic with me. Okay, because we were just friends and he was trying to score points. So Cannoli did sit through Titanic, but that isn't a total friggin' female movie about a female toy. The woman then explained how she and her boyfriend had experienced problems in the past surrounding his weird comments about women and the LGBTQ community, which is a major red flag, I must say. I was tired of having to always deal with his attitude and disrespect and was also maybe on his girl power high. So she went on. So I told him it was over. It's over. You don't like women and being powerful. It is over. But to make things even worse, the woman explained how her boyfriend lives with her. And while he packed up his belongings and left, his brother called a few days later saying he was missing in action. Okay, whatever. The woman later updated Redditors that her now ex-boyfriend was staying with his cousin and was safe, but she has also acknowledged how she wrote that post in a frenzy of panic and guilt. With a clearer head, I can recognize that, yes, we broke up because we were incompatible and I was at my limit, not because of a movie. People were quick to flock to her defense and offer words of kindness and support with one saying, sorry, he lacked the energy to step up when he needed to. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If she was going to leave him for something so retarded, you're better off without her. She wanted him to get the message. Listen. Oh my God. Bye, Jacob. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll catch you later. Why did she have to be up, Cal? Right? You guys, she's like, I know it hurts right now, but you absolutely did the right thing. Another pointed out, this is not your fault. Reasonable people do not have this kind of reaction to going to a movie. Oh, it gets better. Here we go. It sounds like your ex was in process of falling down some kind of rabbit hole, maybe some kind of toxic Andrew Tate-like masculinity thing. That's odds, just a guess. It's classic that this happens to a man leeching off his girlfriend. Okay. All right. There you go. So the Barbie movie is ruining relationships. First of all, your first mistake, ma'am, was bringing your husband or boyfriend to the Barbie movie, unless they wanted to see it with you. You shouldn't have to. What did you say? Sorry, means C. My phone hates me and autocorrect does too. Oh, gotcha. No worries. Yeah, you guys, this is ridiculous. So now the Barbie movie is ruining relationships. Well, good. Here's the thing though. This might have brought, one second. Let me find this for you. This might have brought the men to the movies. Here we go. This might have brought the men to the movies. Here we go. Anybody who saw the movie, Vex if you're still in here. A fart opera was cut from the middle of Barbie after it wasn't received how Greta Gerwig hoped during test screenings. I thought it was really funny, and that was not the consensus. Okay, so you were going to put a fart opera in the middle of a girl movie. That's the only thing that would have been cool for the guys, is to see. But now, who would have done the farting? Probably not the girls. The Kens probably would have had a fart off. It's just, you guys, it's just disgusting. A fart off. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go, kids. There you go. Let's see, what else do I have here that is just maddening. I think we're just going to stick with all the Barbie stuff today. Unfortunately, it's still doing well, because you have things like this. It'll gross $1 billion in the next couple of weeks. It's projected to pass 700 million by Sunday, which is today. It gets worse. The more you know. Sometimes being stupid and being on this interwebs doesn't help anybody, because sometimes we just sign that was supposed to say Mrs. C. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You guys, it's bad. It's bad. People are still wanting to see it. People are dressing up. People are just vomiting how amazing this whole thing is. Right here too, real quick. We'll talk about this. Barbie is expected to earn 95 million plus in its second weekend at the domestic box office, one of the best second weekends of all time at the domestic box office, and the second best weekend ever for Warner Brothers. I read it's around 774. Yeah, it will, for all the wrong reasons, you guys, all the wrong reasons. I'm so glad Oppenheimer's still doing well, though, you guys. I really am. It just goes to show that there are people with brains out there that want to see a good movie. I really appreciate that. Okay, real quick, we're going to, if there's still men in the chat, real quick, I'm going to kind of wrap it up with this. Real quick, I wanted to ask you, there's a lot of controversy going on. Oh, let's see. I want to read this. On the plus side, Oppenheimer is also overperforming. Good. Great. I want it to. I really want it to. I really hope it gets better. So people were talking about Margot Robbie and her looks, and a lot of people thinking that she's a 10. I guess there's a lot of disagreements on the interwebs with whether or not she is a beautiful woman. And this was a hot take on the interwebs recently, stating that this is her without makeup. She is definitely mid. So I don't know if anybody in the chat has any opinions. I think Margot Robbie here just looks like an average girl. I mean, she's pretty. She is not like out of, okay, here we go. I knew you'd be there. A 10 out of 10. Now, 10 out of 10 in this picture, right? I mean, I don't know if that, do we really think, okay, first of all, I kind of have to say, from a female's perspective, that she is wearing some mascara, and she has a little bit of lip tint on, in my opinion. Nobody's that perfect. I mean, her bottom lashes, it kind of looks like she had makeup on and she just woke up the next morning and she still has a little residue, which can sometimes be attractive. I think she's pretty. But people are losing their minds because either people think that she's gorgeous or people think she's dog shit, which is really interesting. She's all right, above average. Okay, so she's above a 5. Yeah, I like with or without makeup, she's a 10. Yeah. I'd rate her an 8 or a 9, but I prefer dark hair and brown eyes, so very few blondes are a 10 to me. You know, Cannoli and I were actually having this conversation yesterday because he has the same type, as you can tell. And but he thinks she's pretty. Let's just say he wouldn't kick her out of bed. Which, you know, it's fine. He's a man, you know. She's way hotter than you for sure. Well, that's one step in the right direction, just, you know. Let's see. So she's not a 10 out of 10, but she's not bad. Yeah, I agree. Margot Robbie is pretty with minimal makeup. A lot of women are horrendous without their war paint. That is very true too. So she's naturally beautiful. She is. And I think she was perfect for Barbie. I really think that she was a perfect Barbie, perfectly cast. I don't know if anybody else would have done a better job. Like if I saw a hobo Margot Robbie, I'd do a double take on the street and actually give her change. Well, they're very nice of you, Bex. Oh, here. Oh, canola. Okay, let's see. She has no ass. Yeah, that's true. I don't think Barbie had an ass either, so that worked out well. Cannoli stepping in. She's attractive but slightly overrated. That's what I think my question was, is she overrated? Is there unnecessary hype about how attractive she is? That's what I was wondering. Agreed. Red hair, dark hair, blondes. Okay. Now, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Margot is a 10. She wears brown contacts and blonde with brown eyes is a great combo. Okay, that makes sense. You know, Cannoli did say that she was very attractive in The Wolf of Wall Street, which I agree. Let's all thank God, whatever you. Oh my God, no! I told you guys. I swear to God, I had no idea what they were thinking, and the fact that she looks the way she does. She's not a Barbie. She is a Cabbage Patch Kid. She could be a cat. They need to do a live action Cabbage Patch movie, and she should be the star. I'm not even kidding. Margot is a babe. Dudes are saying she's a 5 or haters. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll take a Gina Carano any day, but Margot is easily traditionally well built. That's what I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering what everybody was saying. Barbecue pork. It was Harley Quinn that simp mode was activated. I agree. I think she was really good as Harley Quinn as well. I think she's very, very pretty. You know, like I wish we could have seen her Harley Quinn in the Injustice outfits. Absolutely. I agree. Yep. And Harley Quinn is a horrible character. Still looks good though. Yeah, she made it tolerable because I don't mind her. I don't mind her at all. She absolutely made it tolerable. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I had watched Candace Owens had a whole video about the interwebs and this ongoing argument whether or not Margot Robbie was actually attractive. I wish that was people were saying that about me. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if like that was like a conversation, whether or not people think that you were too pretty? Haley Atwell puts her to shame. I know, babe, because you have a certain type, which I can respect. I prefer Christina Ricci or Shannon Elizabeth or Jessica Biel, but it's highly subjective. Yeah, I can see your point. Haley Atwell put him to shame for you. Yeah, he likes her. Gina, when she was fighting, was a closer to a 10. Yeah, Cannoli feels the same way. Let's just say anybody who watches the opening of Zax's show, yeah, I think some of them have it on repeat just for the opening. So I just wanted to get everybody's opinion. Are you friggin' kidding me? Did you just pop in? Because I literally just said your name. That was scary. Super scary. I literally just said your name and you pop up on my comments. That's some voodoo shit. Voodoo boogaloo shit. Now Zaxy Beats. She has the prettiest smile and Zazie Beats has the prettiest. Okay. All right. Robbie looks like every Scottsdale and oh yeah, we have a lot of Scottsdale blondes out here. Or yeah. And he's right. She does fall. Like if I saw this picture right here walking down the street in Scottsdale, Kenzona, then I wouldn't even look twice. I would because she's pretty, but I wouldn't go, oh my God, she's outstanding, because she would blend in with a lot of the Scottsdale girls out here. Gina was perfection when she was fighting. I agree. She was stunning. She's naturally beautiful. I absolutely agree. Dudes hating on Margot are on adult sites watching beat up looking used chicks. No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. I skipped the opening to Jackson's show to avoid the sin of lust. I don't blame you. What did you have a girl crush on her, Vex? I can't place her in my head. I'll have to look her up. Let's see. Yeah, you guys have a type, don't you? Don't you? Oh, where's this one? Halle Berry is my 10 for 10. Really? I didn't know. I guess I didn't know that about you. Has always been a 10. Yeah, she's naturally beautiful too. She really is. It's still perfection. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Zax. You hear that? Oh, hey, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. Oh, yes. Okay. You're right. I know who that is now. She was in something else most recently. Cannoli, help me. What did we watch that she was just in? She had a bigger role in something else, but you're right. She is very pretty. Salma Hayek, too. Absolutely. Yep. She is aging extremely. Oh, Mike, how are you? It's okay that you're late. I just love to see that you popped in. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't get me wrong. She is hot. She is just an industry of hot chicks. She is suffering from death by comparison. Yeah, I get it. I do. Halle Berry is drop dead to me, and she gets better with age. She really does. She does. She ages like a fine wine. Absolutely. And there's not many women that do that. I have to say, I don't know how much work that she has had done. I don't think she has any. I think she just lives a really, really great lifestyle. Is Jennifer Lopez. I mean, are you kidding me? She's 50. She's 50. Because then you look at somebody like Jennifer Lopez and Halle Berry, Salma Hayek. I believe they're all in their 50s. And then you look at somebody like Madonna, who looks like the seat of a bicycle. And it's just like, come on. Come on, there's such a better way to age, especially when you have all that money. Halle Berry and Jennifer. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cannoli likes Jennifer Connelly as well, I believe. Catherine Zeta-Jones is elegant. She does. Is she aging well? I haven't seen her in a while. She was beautiful for a while, but I want to say that maybe she had some weird work done, or maybe that's just me thinking of somebody. No. You know what? Latina blood don't crack. African American blood don't crack. I am telling you, they age very, very, very well. They're very lucky. That's one thing they have going for them for sure, is they age very, very gracefully. Madonna looks like a Muppet now. Yep, she really does. So Zeta has been fucking around with her. See, that's what I thought. I thought that I had seen that somewhere. Let's see. What did he say? Easy to look good when you're paid to work out. And I know, honey, I know, I get it. Believe me, we could, a lot of us could look like that too if we had the time and the money to put into our appearances. I totally get that. Although, you can't, but a lot of these women are working out and taking supplements and keeping themselves healthy, but they're not all having plastic surgery. I don't believe J-Lo has had any plastic surgery. I don't think Salma Hayek or Halle Berry have had plastic surgery. They just live a better lifestyle because they can. See, I didn't think she aged well. I thought that's what I saw. Yeah, I don't think she's doing very well. Tanya Roberts and Beastmaster. I've never seen that, but I'm sure a lot of you other peeps have. Oh, did she have a nose job? Interesting. All right. Well, I guess they're not all perfect, but I have to say her body, she works hard at, and I have to give that to her. Cannoli, yes, on Jennifer Connelly. Aronofsky had his work cut out for him, and I'm not going to say that word because I'm going to butcher it. When I butcher it. So, had an everything. J-Lo has had an everything job. You think so? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure if she has or not. I would hate to see that she did, because I think she prides herself on her healthy lifestyle. But you know what? Listen, if that's what you have to do, and that is your claim to fame, is keeping your beauty standards up because you have to look a certain way. I get it. I get it. I don't know who this is. Olga. I'm not sure who Olga is. You're right. Angela Bassett in her 60s, still killing it. Absolutely. Yep. Especially when we just saw her in what did we rewatch? Fallout, right? Mission Impossible. She was in that. My skin doesn't get as damaged from the sun. That's why we look good. You're right. You do look good. And it's true. It's absolutely true. You guys have that going for you. White people don't. See, there you go. There you go. People get all pissed off all the time. You guys have that for you. I love it. Pam Grier is still hot. can't play. I know who she is, but I can't see her head in my face. Head in my face? I can't see her face in my head. Pam Grier is my queen. Jackie Brown is one of my all-time favorite movies. Olga is the Bond girl from Quantum of W. Okay. Quantum of Solace. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, see, there's a lot of beautiful women just being beautiful. I mean, I have to say that she was definitely the one that should have played Barbie. She looks like a Barbie doll, and she was perfect for it. So anyway, well, I guess that's all for today. We're going to wrap it up on this Sassy Sunday. And I appreciate, oh, wait, what? Was Donna's mom? Oh, I don't know who that is. I'm going to look up these people after we get off the show because I don't remember what she looked like. Tanya Roberts. Jackie Brown is in my top 5. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, you guys. So we are going to wrap it up for another Sassy Sunday stream. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Mike, you're absolutely right. It was definitely, they had the casting down. They just effed the story up. Let's see. So what do we have coming up? Let me do some promotions. So right now I have my Barbie review out on this channel. Of course, if you haven't seen it already, check it out if you want to. I have my Truly the Female Perspective podcast next Friday with my co-hosts Vex Electronica, Shiro, and Filipino Meatball. We're going to talk about a lot of, thank you. You got it. I'm on it. I appreciate it. I love to promote my friends. So thank you, Dempsey. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. There was a lot of things that I didn't get to today because it was kind of, I wanted to talk about, I guess, Barbie in the chat. You guys kept me going. Awesome talk, fam. Great chat and stellar host. Thank you, Cassie. I love you very much. You're very, very sweet. So you never know how the show's going to go, but I really enjoyed it today. And you guys were awesome in the chat. I really appreciate the chat. Doing a solo show, if you don't have good people in the chat, it just does not make for a good time at all. So I really appreciate you guys coming by. It really helps me. And I love chatting with you guys. That's why I do these live shows. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about next week. A whole shit ton of just weird crap that's affecting women. Here we go. Let's do the promotion. So tonight, it's your favorite movie show on Copa Catania's channel. He is going to have guest Zax talk about the movie 300 and defending Sparta from the tranny of Jana Catania, his wonderful wife. That'd be Copa's wife, not Zax. So why don't you guys stop by later? It is 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So do your math and figure out when it's going to be on in your neck of the woods. And so stop by and watch our friend Copa tonight. His show is great. It's wonderful. And give him a look-see. And so my podcast is on next Friday, 6:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it'll be here on this channel. Tomorrow night on Cannoli's channel is MMM. And they are reviewing the original 1990s version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So drop on by for his show. And let's see, what else do we have going on? That's it for right now. Like I said, you guys, within the next week, this channel name might change. I'm not sure how many days I have left. It'll be Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch. And then I'm going to be doing some like rebranding stuff. AJ is still working on Sasquatch for me. That's why I'm keeping the Sasquatch name. And I'm already Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch over on Twitter. But make sure you follow everybody that we talked about here. You got Vex Electronica. You've got Copa, Zax, Dempsey, Cult Classic, Cage, Words of Paradise. Who else do we have in here? The Gourd King, Jay Desolate Souls, Mike Has Bad Knees. Oh, Jacob was in here. I just want to give everybody a shout out, all my friends for stopping by. Check out their channels too. And that's right, Turtle Power. So I have a new sign off. And then I also have to play my outro. I got to get this together. So anyway, my new thing is stay sassy. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.